Greetings, everyone. My name is Dr. Kurt Henry, and I'm sitting here in my capacity not only as a proud African descendant, but also the director of the African Caribbean Institute of Jamaica, Jamaica Memory Bank, a division of the Institute of Jamaica. And I sit here and say proudly that we are charged with the mandate for preserving the African cultural heritage here in Jamaica. And through the very work that we do, we continue to document, collect, and disseminate information on the African presence in Jamaica and the region. Today, August 31, is a very special day. It's a day that the United Nations have designated as the International Day for People of African Descent. It is also a special day for us as people of African descent to reflect not only on our extraordinary contribution to the world in areas of politics, in areas of academia, in areas of sports, etc., in popular culture, but also it is a time that we continue to stand together as people of African descent to contest issues of racism, discrimination, and also shadism. Let us continue as a people to stand with each other. Let us continue to be proud of who we are and where we are coming from. Today is a very special day, and I encourage you all to celebrate and recognize August 31 as the International Day for People of African Descent.
Today, August 31st, 2023, we are celebrating the 3rd anniversary of the International Day for People of African Descent. In light of this celebration, I'd like to touch on a topic that is all too often left out of the conversation when we interrogate themes of race, class, and privilege in predominantly Black societies. That is texturism. Texturism, as the name suggests, is discrimination against an individual on the basis of their hair texture. Unfortunately, one of the remnants of colonialism in our region is that, as a collective, we hold a subconscious bias against Afro-textured hair. This bias is due to the idea that this hair is somehow inherently unprofessional, unattractive, and unclean, an idea which of course was imposed onto us by European colonial powers. Now, we see this manifest in many aspects of our society, including educational settings where rules are targeted towards Afro-textured hair with the guiding principle that Afro-textured hair is somehow unkempt and must be tamed. And where it should be noted that rules about hair are enforced with varying degrees of intensity for students with looser curls versus tighter coils. We even see this manifest in our language, for example with the phrase pretty hair, which any Jamaican native will know denotes a looser curl pattern. So as we reflect upon themes of race, class, and privilege in predominantly Black societies, I implore you all to begin re-evaluating and deconstructing any negative associations with Afro-textured hair that society may have projected onto you. So, with all that being said, to whom it applies, Happy International Day for People of African Descent. God bless.
Hi, today, the 31st of August, we celebrate globally International Day for People of African Descent. It's an extraordinary day to think about and reflect on our past and just the nuances of our past, but also our triumphs, and to celebrate more than ever our Black excellence, our Black cultures, our Black successes, and our Black future, and the role that we can play in determining what that looks like. I mean, today is a day when we reflect on what our ancestors and forefathers would have done in terms of pushing the independence agenda forward, getting us the emancipation, getting us the independence, right? And even as we have inherited the monarchy as our head of state, I mean, Jamaica is now at that stage where we're ripe for transitioning to a republic. And I think now more than ever, today is a day where you think about self-determination and the role that we can all play individually in advancing that republic agenda. I mean, our culture presents an opportunity like never before, regardless of class, color, and creed. I mean, when you think about our music and our festivals bringing us together, when I think of Carnival, for example, it's a space that all classes of Jamaicans interact with, right? And we're able to have social inclusion in such a space. And I think now more than ever, it's necessitated of us to take our culture and use it as a way to advance our republic agenda and realize our Jamaican motto, out of many, one people.
Greetings. My name is Natisia Bahar Singh, and I am a member of the 2020 cohort of the United Nations Fellowship Program for People of African Descent. And today I join with my home country, Jamaica, and the global family to celebrate this International Day for People of African Descent. As a student of history and culture, it would be remiss of me to not highlight the ancestral alignments that have brought us to this space. This day, August 31st, also coincides with the first International Convention of the Negro Peoples of the World, and as a result of the discussions led by Jamaica's first national hero, the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the Declaration of the Rights of the Negro Peoples of the World was promulgated on August 31st, 1920. I applaud the UN for finally proclaiming 31st August as the International Day for the People of African Descent in order to further promote greater recognition and respect for the diverse heritage, culture, and contribution of the African descendants to the development of societies, and to promote respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms of our people.
Hi Jamaica! Today, August 31, 2023 is recognized as the International Day for People of African Descent, and it is exciting to commemorate the third anniversary of this special day, as through its observance, the United Nations aims to promote the extraordinary contributions of the African diaspora across the world and eliminate all forms of discrimination against people of African descent. It has been acknowledged that countries such as Jamaica, with a predominantly black population, have an ingrained fabric of colonial legacies, which contributes to debilitating systemic practices and institutionalized discrimination against people of African identity. Bearing this in mind, it is imperative that all people across the globe constitute one family that is rich in diversity and promotes tolerance in support of persons of African descent. So one love to all, and happy International Day for People of African Descent.